They're saying that we might get a tornado, so that's the reason why they kept the kids home from school today. But it is raining like crazy. Look at all that lightning. Woo! So I just have a watchful eye right now, and watching everything that's happening around me. This place is flooded. While everybody's dodging the water, I just roll on through. Now, why on God's earth would somebody park like this? Swift. This is ridiculous, man. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna wake him up. Alright guys, so just pulled up to the shipper in Charlotte, and I'm going on door 107. I've got plenty of room to go down there and turn around, but I'm in the mood to blindside today, so we're just going blindside on 107. There's plenty of room over there, so this is the best time to practice blindsiding. That's what we're going to do today. Door 107, let's get it. Put this window down to eliminate the glare. This is how you work on your skills, so when you get up in them big cities, you're good money. Looks pretty good. Just like that, we are backed up on door 107. I can't open my doors yet because they got to come outside, check the temperature. But that's how you practice blindsiding right there. So I'm backed up now. I just gotta wait for them to come outside and verify my temperature. Then I can open up the doors. So when I got the email from my kid's school that school was canceled today, you know, I was like, come on, man, it's only some rain. No big deal. But check this out, guys. It's raining like crazy out here. They're saying that we might get a tornado, so that's the reason why they kept the kids home from school today. But it is raining like crazy. Look at all that lightning. Woo! Marv, the storm chaser today. It's raining like crazy. Now I see why they canceled school. So I just have a watchful eye right now, and watching everything that's happening around me. A tree just fell over in front of me on my way over here, by the way. I didn't catch it on camera when it fell, but I was about 10 seconds away from it when it fell. So I was able to, you know, ride the curve and get around it, and I still made it here. But that could have been ugly because there would have been nowhere for me to turn around. The next turnaround would have probably been about maybe half a mile behind me, so that could have been ugly. Trying to back up in this rain, good luck. Alright guys, so I just got loaded over here at the shipper Lineage in Charlotte, and I'm about to go park up my truck, and believe it or not, it's raining like crazy, but I'm gonna attempt to do an oil change before I get out of here. I just simply can't drive my truck another 700 miles, 770 to be exact, knowing that I'm overdue for oil change. And I know there's gonna be a bunch of people in the comment section. Why don't you just stop at a TA? That is my absolute last resort when I'm out here on the road. I've had some really bad experiences over the years with petrol, TA, Speedco, and Loves. Speedco down in Commerce, Georgia, a few years ago, they completely stripped out my oil pan when they removed the oil drain plug. So yeah, I just try to avoid going into those places as much as I can. This guy's passed me and I'm just crawling. I don't blame him. Speed limit is probably about 30, 35. I'm only doing 13 miles an hour. I'm sitting here chit-chatting with you guys. But yeah, I just had some bad experiences over the years. So if I can avoid bringing my truck to those places to get a PM, I do it myself. That is a worst case scenario. My back is against the wall. I have no other option. That's the only time those guys ever touch my truck. You know, you guys got to know the difference between a technician and a mechanic. Only mechanics are allowed to touch this truck. I don't want no technicians playing around with my truck. If you're not a certified mechanic, I don't want you touching my truck. You know, sometimes you have somebody who's inexperienced training a new guy. So it's like the dumb leading the dumb. So if I can avoid bringing my truck into a Speedco, TA, petrol, I avoid it. And I gotta adjust my brakes also. I can feel it right now. You guys might hear them squeaking. So while I'm changing the oil, I'm probably just gonna adjust the brakes at the same time. You know, these are the things you gotta know how to do as an owner operator, man. That's how you save money. You know, just by adjusting my brakes and doing my oil change today, I'll probably save about 200 bucks. It's raining, but I believe I have a raincoat somewhere hanging around, so I'll find it. I'll be all right. I'm not worried about getting wet. You know, I could just go back home and put my clothes in the dryer, well, my jacket anyways, and I could just leave my pants or whatever. My shirt gets wet, I'll leave that home, but I could just throw my jacket in the dryer, and an hour later, I'm back on the road. You know, I'm very close to home right now, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go park up my truck, go get some oil, some filters, and go get a PM done before I get out of here. I'll stop at a petrol or a Loves or Speedco just for a loop job. That's the only thing they're allowed to do on my truck. Loop job, that's it. I don't trust them. flooded. While everybody's dodging the water, I just roll on through. ain't gonna do it. But if you ain't gonna get across, might as well back up and get up out the road. Turn around, do something. Alright guys, so here's what I'm up against right now. This is what you call crunch time. So I'm trying to get this oil change done. Right now it's 7:57 p.m. and I spent the past 3 to 4 hours driving around trying to find some oil. I went to 3 different Walmarts, no oil. Shelves are empty. I was able to find one box, this 3-gallon box right here. So I had to go to Advanced Auto and pick these up, which is more expensive. I was trying to avoid that, but here we are. So I'm trying to get this done in 30 minutes and I'm gonna head back home. I want to dump this oil at AutoZone tonight and I'm gonna get on the road around 10 o'clock. That's the plan. So watch me roll, guys. Guys, coming to you from Fancy Gap Mountain. By the time I finished the oil change last night, it was too late, so I just went home and I slept home for the night, and I just left out about an hour and a half ago. So I'm about an hour and 30 minutes, hour and 45 minutes into my journey right now. But I've got to get up to Connecticut today by 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. Right now my ETA is 4:15 p.m. So I've got about an hour and 45 minutes to play around with. I believe I'm loaded with about 36,000 pounds of frozen goods. So I just dropped one gear to climb this mountain here. I didn't have to drop a gear, but I talked about it in a previous video. You know, I don't like to pressure my truck when I'm climbing a long grade. So I'll drop a gear or two before I even start the grade. And I'll just maintain that speed the whole climb. You know, right now my foot is just barely resting on the throttle. I'm not pressing on it. if I wanted to press on it and fly up this mountain doing 70 miles an hour, I have no issues doing that. But that's not good for your motor, so I don't pressure my motor when I have these long grades. You know, I'm climbing doing about 60, 62 right now, so that's a comfortable speed going up Fancy Gap. You know, it's very windy out right now. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but that wind is blowing real hard up against my truck right now. And the signs right here, I know you guys probably can't read it, but I can. High wind advisory, rollover warning. So very windy right now, but normally it's foggy going up this mountain, so I'll take a little wind over the fog. So I'm probably gonna stop at exit 101 on the 81 in Virginia. I'm in Virginia right now, by the way. This is the Virginia-North Carolina state line, but I'm in Virginia now, mile marker 4/9, so 5 miles into Virginia right now. So I'm probably gonna stop at exit 101. Normally I stop at exit 273 in Mount Jackson, but I'm on a tight time frame, and sometimes it's packed in there, and I don't want to lose any time today just waiting around to get fuel. So I'm gonna stop at 101. I know there's gonna be less trucks in there. I should be able to get in and get out a lot quicker. So that's my next stop. It's not too far from here. That's probably about maybe about 45, 50 miles from here. So within the hour, I should be stopping to get some fuel. So I turned my fan on, you know, as I started to climb the mountain also. My water temperature right now is sitting at around 190. My pyro gauge is reading 700. So those are good numbers. And my oil temp is around 205. You know, the oil and the water, you know, normally those two temps are pretty close. About to lose the right lane, so start merging over. Come on over, driver. Just beating against the truck right now. But you guys don't know this, man, but you guys have really been motivating me lately to keep dropping these videos, man. When I get in my comment section and I read some of those comments, you know, some days I get up and I don't feel like doing any recording, I don't feel like talking, you know, but I get in my comment section and I read some of those comments, man, and it just motivates me to keep going. You know, there are some days when you're just not in the mood, but then I remember that there are people who are subscribed to my channel who are looking forward to these videos. You know, like today is a perfect example. I didn't feel like doing any recording today, but I started a video yesterday, you know, so I want to finish it. You know, I normally have cops hanging out right here. You know, this is a high ticketing area right here, so you got to be careful rolling through here. You know, I make sure I keep my radio on when I'm rolling through here. Alright, so this guy passed me on top of the hill, and now he's doing 63 and a 65. Like to hang out right over here, so you gotta watch your speed. You got a bunch of little spots right here where they like to hang out. So when I roll through here, I always make sure my radio's on, volume's on a decent level, so I can hear any alerts that I need to hear. Realize my high beams just flash when I flash my signal light. You know, that's my signal light to tell the driver behind me, thanks for letting me over. No, he just flashed me to let me over. But I went to Florida to get some electrical work done on my truck, and these guys kind of jacked this thing up, man, so I got to get it fixed. So whenever I flash my signal light, my high beams also flash, and I don't like it because sometimes the driver in front of you thinks you're flashing him when I'm really flashing the guy behind me. So I don't like it. You know, sometimes I'll just use my four-way flasher, you know, just to let the guy behind me know that I acknowledge he just flashed to let me over. But yeah, I don't like this. So when I flash a signal light, everything flashes. I don't like that. So we got to get it fixed. They told me to bring it back. They would fix it. It's been almost a year. But I didn't really have much confidence in them, to be honest with you. So I don't know. I got about 5 hours sleep last night, so I'm feeling good. I'm pretty rested. You know, that's plenty of sleep for me. You know, on a good night, I normally sleep for no more than 6 hours anyways. Even when I'm home, 6, max 7 hours. I can't sleep for longer than that. So I'm feeling rested right now, no fatigue. And once the sun starts to come up, around 7, 8 in the morning, then I'm really going to be up. Hey, northbound, you got a four-wheeler on the shoulder. 15 over 9 northbound. And sometimes it's a waste of time getting on the radio these days, because most of these guys out here don't have a radio in their truck. You know, it's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. Now, I can't count how many times this radio has saved me from a potential accident, speeding ticket. Northbound 18 over 8. Watch out for that deer on the shoulder, on the right shoulder. That was a pretty big deer back there. And I get it. A lot of guys don't like to have radios in their truck because of the conversation these drivers have on the radio sometimes. You know, there are times where I have to turn my radio down or turn it off altogether. you know, because I don't care to listen to some of these conversations. But at the end of the day, the radio is more helpful than it is harmful. The window, listen to some music. I don't know if you guys can hear that wind, man, but it's so windy outside right now. We had a lot of rain yesterday too. Drive a truck like that, I'm almost certain that he has a radio in the truck. Come on over, skateboard. Have a safe trip now, driver. That's what the radio is for, man. I know there's probably somebody out there wondering, did he just say skateboard? Yes, a flatbed with a skateboard. That's a term, that's a trucking term for a flatbed, skateboard. So he knew precisely that I was talking to him just by me making that reference. So I got off at exit 101 to get me some fuel. Now, why on God's earth would somebody park like this? Swift. This is ridiculous, man. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna wake him up. Well, unfortunately, it's probably going to wake somebody else up too. There is no reason why I should be this close to your trailer getting in here. Look at that. About 4 inches. Ridiculous, man. Let's see which one of these pumps are open. just renovated this place, by the way, and I changed it to 1.9. So he got the message, guys. He moved that truck. Look at that truck, man, all busted up, duct tape around the headlights, front busted up. Go figure. I wonder why. You know, for you to park your truck right there, that tells me a lot about you as a trucker. That tells me everything that I need to know. For you to park your truck in a spot like that, you know, where somebody could potentially hit your truck coming into the truck stop, that tells me everything I need to know about you. You don't care. But I got the hood open because while this fuel is going, I'm gonna just do a quick check. You know, I did an oil change last night, so I want to check the oil level. I just ran about 200 miles, so let's check it out. I did idle the truck last night for about 30 minutes and check my oil level after I finished idling, so should be alright. But it's never a bad idea just to pop your hood and see what's going on after a couple hundred miles anyways. You know, a lot could change in a couple hundred miles. Alright, so on this side we good over here. This motor is clean, but it's actually dirty right now. I haven't washed it in about 3 weeks. Alright, so let's check this oil level real quick. Plenty of oil in there. It's actually too much. Full mark is here. It's a little above full, but that's okay. That is okay. Cap is tight. Now we can close her up. I get a lot of questions about the camera that I'm using to record these videos. I'm working on getting an affiliate link, so I should have it ready for you guys soon. But this camera is definitely a game changer. It changed recording for me. It's so much easier now to record these videos, so I highly recommend this camera if you are a trucker or somebody who does action type of recording. On the go, definitely recommend it. No, it's not a GoPro, by the way. This is the DJI. Always check your kingpins before you drive off from a truck stop. You never know. Never know. You know, you might have a driver who is mad at you because you didn't pull off the pump when really you have nowhere to go. If you pull off the pump, you're just going to be blocking the guy over here. So you never know. Check your kingpin. You know, I've seen the videos online where other drivers pull kingpins and stuff like that, but I've never seen it in person, and it's not something that I want to see in person, because if that was me and somebody pulled my kingpin, it wouldn't go very well. Come on, driver. But guys, I'm about to hit the road, and I'm gonna resume recording a little later, maybe when the sun comes up. I want to keep this video under an hour, so that means I gotta space out my recording. So Swift definitely moved that truck after I blew my horn, because that was just ridiculous, man. These trucks are double parked, but this is all right. This is okay. There's plenty of room. Looking beat right there, but I'm in the mood to listen to some gospel music, so that's what I'm going to do right now. And with the copyright stuff with YouTube, I can't listen to that while I record, so I'll catch up with you guys in a few. So I've been slacking today, guys. I didn't record much after I bought fuel this morning, and I was just in the mood to drive. And I did pretty good. After I bought fuel, my ETA was 518, it's now 511, and I also stopped in Hagerstown, Maryland, and had some lunch. I made me a chicken wrap for lunch. But I'm basically in Connecticut right now. Connecticut state line is coming up shortly. Normally I don't run the 95, especially at this time of the day, because I am going to hit a lot of traffic once I get over into Stamford and the Norwalk area. But I don't normally run this route going into Connecticut in the evening. I normally take the 684 off the 287 to the 84, and that brings me right into Hartford. But New York State have some DOT inspection stuff going on, and all those way stations at those rest areas on the 87, 287, 84, they're all open. And if you guys are familiar with New York DOT, that's the last place you want to get an inspection in New York. New York's up there with Michigan. They go hard. So I try to avoid them as much as I can. I don't have time to sit there to do an inspection anyways. I have to be at my appointment for 6 o'clock. Right now my ETA is 5:11. So even with 25, 35 minutes of traffic going through Connecticut, I should be all right. So I checked on my phone before I came this route, so I knew this way station right here was closed. So that's the reason why I chose to drive this route. It's a cat and mouse game with DOT and these way stations, man. You know, you might think everything is in order, but you get in there and they find something wrong. So to avoid it, we try to go around these way stations. I'm not overweight. I'm only hauling about 37,000 pounds back there. So I'm not worried about my weight. But if it's not one thing, it's the next. They'll get you for something, man. So I try to avoid going into these way stations if I can. If that means driving an extra 20 minutes sometimes, do what you gotta do. Because New York, that is one state you don't want to blow by the scale. They will chase you down. How do I know? It happened to me before. I did not intentionally blow by the scale. There was a truck next to me. I didn't see the sign was flashing. And I went by, and sure enough, man, they chased me down and brought me back around. This was probably about 5-6 years ago. and they gave me a level 1 inspection, which I passed, but he did give me a ticket for blowing by the scale. I forgot how much the ticket was, but I never paid it. I actually used his words against him, and I fought the ticket. So what he told me was, they purposely put the sign around the corner with the flashing lights so truckers can't see it in advance and take the exit before the weigh station. And I told him, well, that sign creates a hazard, because if I'm in the middle lane and I go around the corner and your light is flashing, now I gotta get over, and there's a bunch of trucks next to me, I can't get over. So that's a hazard. So I wrote a lengthy 3-paragraph page to the state of New York, and they tossed out the ticket. I didn't pay it, and it's not on my record. And I've been pulled over in New York since, so I know I'm good. So I'm in Connecticut now. This is Greenwich, Connecticut, home of all the rich folks. This is where all the wealthy folks live, right here. They live in Greenwich and they work in New York. Today was a good day, traffic-wise, everywhere. I didn't hit traffic anywhere. I guess we could say today's my lucky day. Still gotta worry about crazy people like this though. This is West Haven, Connecticut right here, and New Haven is in front of me. And I should be merging on the 91 shortly, about 2 miles or so. And from there it's probably about 35 to 40 minutes into Hartford. Depending on traffic, I might hit a little traffic. When I get closer to Hartford, you know, Weathersfield, Connecticut, or Rocky Hill, somewhere up there, might hit a little traffic, but other than that, I should be on time for my delivery. They have another weigh station in Middletown, Connecticut. But when I get up there, I know how to bypass it. But four-wheelers out there, y'all paying attention. I don't know if you guys saw the short that I posted recently, where I almost got into a wreck where somebody was merging on the freeway. That is how you merge. You know, luckily there was a spot next to me. I was able to scoot over. You scoot over and you let somebody merge. You don't slam your brakes to let somebody merge. That's how you cause an accident. If I couldn't scoot over, they would have to wait. I have the right of way. They have to yield to traffic that's already on the freeway. So at that point, you know, I lay on my horn, and I'm pretty sure they will get the picture. I catch myself trying to space out these recordings with a time limit in mind. You know, I started a day, probably recorded about 25-30 minutes just to start my day. You know, so I try to space it out in increments. So after that, I probably shut it down for a little, record a little throughout the day. But I'm trying to keep these videos under 1 hour. made it to my delivery on time. I'm actually early. Appointment's for 6 o'clock. I made it at 5:20. So yeah, your boy did some driving today. So this is I believe this is the cooler side over here. So anything 40 degrees or below, but not frozen. So between 40 to 32 over here. The freezer is in the back. I'm going to the freezer. This is the dry side right here. So it snowed over the weekend. So they still have this pile of snow they're working on over here. Guess they're moving it around. But I was supposed to be up here last weekend, but I saw that it was gonna snow, so I just booked the load and headed south. And I'm glad I did, because they got about 12 inches of snow. It rained the following day, so most of the snow is gone now. But I don't miss this stuff. I don't miss driving in it. It's not fun driving a semi-truck in snow, I'll tell you that much. Guess I could go a little faster. Speed limit is 15 miles an hour. So this is Trader Joe's distribution center in Bloomfield, Connecticut. I did a video a couple weeks back where I came here. I have this load that I run every so often when it's available. It's probably one of the better paying loads coming out of Charlotte. So I normally snatch it up a week in advance. Like this particular load right here, I think I booked it before Christmas. So that's kind of risky, by the way, because seeing that it's winter time right now, that's a risk. You know, the last thing you want to book a load a week or 2 weeks in advance. My boy Damien calling me. I'll call him back in a second though. Y'all saw Damien in one of my videos a couple weeks back with the nice 389 there with the stainless steel trailer. Yeah, but what I was saying, the disadvantage to booking a load that far in advance is you're not sure what the weather is going to be like in a week or so. And luckily it worked out in my favor. I came up here and there was no snow. But the last thing I would do is book a load knowing that there's a snowstorm brewing in the Northeast. Not doing it. I did that for years. You know, I live here, so I know how it is. You know, when it's snowing, I try to get out of here. Not just the fact that the road conditions become more dangerous, but if I was to be sitting around at a truck stop or something while it's snowing, and then when it's all said and done, I have about 12 inches of snow on top of my truck. I gotta clean that off before I drive out. So yeah, I'm all set on that. Alright y'all, let's back up on this door. Might look like a lot of room on camera, but it's actually pretty narrow right here. There's not a lot of space up front. There's a lot of space over there, but there's not a lot of space up front right here. Alright y'all, so it's been a long day. My day is finally over and I'm parked up down the street about to get me some rest. But shout out to the receiving manager over at Trader Joe's, man, Steven. He didn't have to unload me tonight, you know, but I went in there, I talked to him like a human being, talked to him like a man. I let him know, you know, listen, this is clearly an error, so whatever you could do within your power, please, I'm just trying to get unloaded. You know, I went as far as showed him my ID to let him know, listen, my birthday is in 2 days. My intention was to drop this load off, get a load tomorrow, and go back home and relax with the family for the weekend. So it worked. You know, I talked to him nicely. I didn't go in there raising my voice, acting crazy. I know a lot of times, man, they hear all kind of stories from us drivers when our back is against the wall. You know, it's your birthday. My birthday is coming up, or I got a family emergency. No, but my birthday is coming up. I took my ID out and I showed it to him, showed him my birthday. And at that point, he was like, listen, man, I'm gonna get you unloaded. Just give me a few minutes, go sit tight. And when I have a door available, I'm gonna call you. So they called me, put me on the door, and I was unloaded within an hour from the time I got on the door. You know, but I did spend a total of 4 hours sitting around because in their system, I didn't have an appointment. So it is what it is, you know, it's part of trucking, things happen. But listen, guys, I appreciate you guys sticking around to the end and tuning in to this video. As you guys can see in the background, it's a whole bunch of snow in the background, a pile of snow. Snowed like crazy a few days ago, but it's all cleared out now. It rained the day after, so it's cold outside. I'm about to go in the truck, shut it down. But please, guys, remember, give this video a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Turn on your notification bell, and catch you guys on the next one. All right, much love, peace out.